Hey everybody, hope you're all having an excellent day. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video by emirichu called I Hate Traveling. Now to me this doesn't really make much sense because she's a famous YouTuber. She goes to conventions and stuff. But there's got to be a specific reason why she doesn't like it. So we'll watch and figure out what happened. I'll include a link to the original video in the description below. And without further ado, let's get watching.
I've mentioned this before a long time ago, but I'm not really fond of traveling, specifically international travel, which is a little ironic because since moving to
Okay.
Japan, I've been doing a lot of international traveling, whether it be for cons, to visit family, or to see friends. Usually the destination itself is a lot of fun, but what I
That's
hate
good.
is the process of air travel. I
Alright.
hate the miserable North American airport experience, the sitting
Facts.
in silence for 12 hours with a sore butt and a dry face, the jet lag, the mad dash to connecting flights, and my
Alright.
crippling fear of dying. And yes, I know.
Alright, now this makes a lot more sense, because I've never actually done international traveling before. The most I've ever done is like one plane ride to a boat, hang out on the cruise ship for a week, then take another plane ride home. I've never had to do international, going across an ocean, or to a different continent, or to a different hemisphere. So I understand where she's coming from now.
Statistics. I know that flying is the safest form of travel and that it is currently the safest it has ever been.
Yep.
But my personal biggest fear is being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Understandable.
So you could tell me that I have a 1 in 1 million chance of dying
It says
in a plane
11
crash,
million though.
and I'd still go, so you're saying there's a chance. And usually the response is something like, oh, but I bet you're not scared of driving, which is far more dangerous. I am, actually.
The look
I
of
mean,
dread.
I still did it. I didn't like it, though. These
I can relate. I'm personally not much of a driver. I mean, I'm capable of driving. I just don't drive right now. I wasn't that good at it. So it's kind of relatable.
stigmatism definitely didn't help.
Stigmatism.
Anyways, my issue with travel is that when it goes good, it's great. And when it goes bad, it's a shit show. So I'd like to tell you all about my first trip to the UK that ended up being maybe a little bit traumatic.
All right, enlighten us.
Didas and I were visiting the UK as a nice little holiday to see friends after finishing 2 back-to-back conventions. And our first stop
That's gotta be
was
stressful.
London. Our friends had warned us that hotels in London were usually really bad, but I booked a place that had glowing reviews when I was hotel hunting.
Cool.
It looked really nice from the pictures, and a lot of people seemed to have really good things to say about it. So imagine
Awesome.
my surprise when we excitedly unlock our door, tired as hell from flying for 17 hours, and we walk into what looks like a windowless jail
What is
cell with a
this?
single bed. It looked nothing like the pictures.
Okay, that's terrible.
Why were there so many good reviews? Were that many people just lying about
Probably.
this hotel? Well, you know, as long as the beds
Faces.
are clean, we're really only
I
going
love
to use
this
place
animation
to
style.
sleep, right? We don't need a nice hotel room to enjoy London. But Sydney, upon seeing the picture of our room, was so appalled at how much of a blatant scam
What
it
year
was,
is that?
said, "That's no way to start, England," and she and Garnt very kindly booked us a room at the hotel they had been staying at. It was much
That's good. We
nicer,
need friends
and
like
their
this.
hotel breakfast was bomb. Thank you, Sid and Gart. Also, they ended up doing some online digging about our first hotel and let me know that a lot of the positive reviews were in fact fake. So
Good to know.
I was fooled. But it's okay, just a bumpy start to the trip. It should be smooth sailing from here.
It was not.
Next stop, Brighton. I booked another
Brighton,
hotel
okay.
for our one-night trip in Brighton, and this one was nice,
Like the Ghost of
spacious,
Molly
cozy,
McGee.
and clean, and it had glowing reviews that I'm pretty sure were real. So we made ourselves comfy, watched some live-action One Piece, and tucked in.
There's a
for night
live-action
of
One Piece?
blissful sleep.
I'm oblivious.
I woke up in the middle of the night, feeling a
I
little
like this
restless,
drawing style.
feeling itchy.
Gives
I
me
got up
Omori
and stumbled
vibes.
into the bathroom and noticed there were a few itchy bites on my arm.
Is it bed bugs?
There was another on my shoulder. Maybe a mosquito found its way into our room. But then I saw it. A fresh bump on my back.
Ugh.
Surely not. It can't be. There's no way. I checked the mattress when we got here. And there it was. To my horror, 2 fresh drops
Ah,
of
man.
blood.
It's definitely bed bugs.
Oh, shit. Hey, do you feel itchy anywhere at all?
No. Why?
I woke up and I have some bug bites. I think this bed might have the...
The screams of
That's
horror.
right, dear viewer. Our hotel room had bed bugs. Bed bugs! Little did I know that this was just a taste of the bedbug epidemic that would soon ravage Europe.
Ah, that's
Unfortunately for me,
disgusting.
bedbugs are one of my biggest travel fears, so I started crying
That's
immediately.
understandable.
I called up the hotel owner, still freaking out, and he came over and refunded me on the spot and was super
Good for him.
apologetic. But there were no other rooms available for the night, so who was there to come to our rescue once again at 3 in the morning? Sydney and Garn. They had us leave our
Top-tier
luggage in
friends
pajamas
right here.
outside, gave us a change of clothes, and had us sleep in their guest room for the rest of the night. But I couldn't sleep. Because you want to know what's really fucked up about bed bugs? They inject you with an anesthetic when they bite you so that you don't feel it.
True.
Which means you might not notice a bed bug bite hours or even days afterwards when it
That
wears
is kind
off.
of disturbing.
And I was starting to suddenly feel bites that I didn't notice before. And I was caught in a paranoid loop of wondering if I'd unknowingly brought them over to Garn's place. I could never forgive myself if I did
That's a
that.
valid fear.
I kept checking the bed sheets, checking my own body every time I thought I felt something. But there was never
This is
anything.
rough.
And so the night passed, and I didn't get a wink of sleep. These little bastards play some sick, twisted mind games with you. In the morning, we nuked all our clothes in the dryer and inspected the contents of our luggage. Still jet lagged, even more sleep deprived, and now horrified, we optimistically said, well, it really can't get worse than this.
It probably
This
will.
trip can only go up from here, right? And for a while, it did.
Oh.
We traveled to Oxford, ate some more delicious English breakfast,
That was
tried
good.
Sunday roast for the first time, some
No, that
classic
looked good.
fish and chips, and we got to meet some amazing people and make new friends and new memories. All good stuff, right? For our last day or so, we were back in Brighton. It was a cold, rainy, and windy day. Actually, to be honest, it was rainy and windy for most of the days we were in the UK, but it was extra windy today. We
All
decided
right.
to head into town to get some last-minute shopping done, and before we left, Sydney asked if I could return an item for her at a store that happened to be in the same mall that we were headed to. I was like, I'd love to do this very simple task for you. You've already done so much to help us out during this trip. It's the least I could do.
True.
So she put the receipt in the bag, and we ordered a taxi. Right off the bat, as soon as we exited our taxi, we were assaulted by a nasty gust of
Oh,
wind.
man.
Frigid, piercing, the kind of wind that made
I
you shut your
usually
eyes
don't
and fear
mind
that
wind,
something was going
but that
to fly
sounds like it
straight
sucks.
into them. We should hurry and get inside the mall so we can return Sydney's...
Oh no. She's gone.
That's right, dear viewer. I lost the receipt
That
not even
sucks.
a minute upon arrival. I couldn't believe it. I felt like I was living in a Nichijou sketch. We checked and chased after every dirty stray receipt that came across our path, and none of
That's
them ended up being
dedication
the
right
receipt
there.
that got blown out of Sydney's shopping bag. Then I started getting into my own head a little too much. This is it. I'm a terrible friend. She's gonna think I'm incompetent and stupid, and I can't even do this
Come on, that's
one
not
simple thing
true.
without messing it up. She's never gonna want to ask me to do anything ever again. I've been nothing but
Breathe.
a burden and an inconvenience
Calm
this
down.
whole trip, and I'll probably never be asked to come back again.
Hey, don't let it get you down too much. It's just a receipt.
It ended up not being a big deal, but
Yeah, well said, Didas. I swear, we all need a friend or a partner like Didas. Because many times this can happen to anybody, but as someone who sometimes has anxiety and who's autistic, I can get caught in my own head too. Of course, this can happen to anybody. But we all need someone to keep us grounded and to help us remember, it's not that big a deal. So remember, anybody watching, be a Didas, not a doofus. Moving on.
I still felt bad. The rest of the day went fine. We got some shopping done, tried some savory pastries from this place called Greg's. The receipt thing
Like
just
H.H.
felt like the
Gregg?
final little hiccup to finish off our trip. But we'd be able to return home tomorrow. Surely
Good.
there won't be any more problems. On our last day, we decided to get some burritos for lunch on our way to the airport.
Sounds yummy.
Would you like some jalapenos?
No, thank you.
I
Would you like some jalapenos?
Yes.
Good choice.
Didas got food poisoning.
Ooh, never
Like
mind.
2 hours before our flight. It was like the UK was giving us one final middle finger as a souvenir.
That's
I'm
really
pretty
kind of
sure he
rude.
got it from the jalapenos, and ironically, I've been avoiding fast food jalapenos for years because I'd also gotten food poisoning from them once upon a time.
Makes
so this
sense.
sort of reaffirmed my aversion to them. But it was okay. We laughed off our bad luck in between Didas's countless pooping breaks. This was just the cherry on top. And then our flight got delayed.
Oh, boy.
Which meant we wouldn't be able to make it to our connecting flight in Dubai, which
Ugh.
happened to be the last flight to Tokyo of the day, which meant we had to have an extra connecting flight added to our itinerary. which meant we had to get on 3 separate flights to get home,
Wow.
which totaled to 18 hours of flying, not including the layover time.
That sounds
Lionel
horrible.
died as had food poisoning. Now, normally I don't mind flight delays all that much because I know there's nothing I can really do about them. But it's
True.
significantly more stressful when your travel partner is one bad turbulence bump away from pooping himself. I thought, wow, it really can't get much worse than this. This must be the cherry on top, but at least we're homeward bound. And then the actual worst thing happened.
What happened?
At the beginning of our second flight, we received news of a very sudden and unexpected loss.
Oh, no.
Obviously, I'm not going to go into any personal details, but as you can probably imagine, it was a genuine shock. It was as if the universe
poor
had
Didas.
decided to challenge our unwavering optimism. And instead of just another cherry on top, it gave us a whole sundae made of just cherries. We
Like
just
the
sat with
visualization.
this knowledge for the rest of the flight, trying
Oh,
to
man.
process it the best we could in between the layovers and the skies, and the remaining 12 hours felt like an eternity. And suddenly, the food poisoning, bed bugs, and various other travel mishaps we went through now felt like nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point. You always think at the moment, like any minor inconvenience is like the end of the world, but there's always something that can happen that can be like a million times worse. Perspective is everything. So you really gotta take that into account and realize, these things really aren't bad compared to like potentially losing a family member. So hope you're feeling better, Didas.
Significant, minor inconveniences that really didn't matter. And even when we finally made it home, we couldn't even really feel relieved. Just kind of exhausted, to be honest.
Understandable.
And for the record, we're doing okay now after taking some time off, so no need to worry.
Good.
But I think it goes without saying, I still don't like traveling. I really don't want to end this video on a super depressing note, and I don't want the comment section to get too serious. So I invite you to tell me about your worst travel experience in the comments.
Alright, put a positive spin
Initially,
on
I
it.
started scripting this video right after the bedbug incident, and that was going to be my short little Halloween video, just about the bedbugs. But things just kept happening, and to be honest, I debated whether or not I should even include that last part in the video. But out of everything, it was the most impactful part for us when I recalled the whole trip.
Makes sense.
So I thought it would be remiss to not at least mention it. Moral of the story is, don't go to the UK. I'm just kidding. Kidding. I'm definitely going to be back at some point.
Cool.
The real moral of the story is, don't eat fast food jalapenos.
Well, that was definitely an interesting and entertaining and also slightly depressing video. If you guys want me to react to more of emirichu stuff, let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!